but you never submit. You got stand power, stronger than cement. Trust me, all the hard times I ever sent. You got a high purpose, high calling. Even when you alone, you're still important. It might seem impossible, but just keep moving forward. It's not the destination, the journey is rewarded. Don't be a worrier, be a warrior. You'll be the winner at the end of the story, victorious. Doesn't matter where you start, you can win. Doesn't matter where you're from, you can win. Doesn't matter if it's hard, you can win. You can win, you can win. You might have lost before, but you can win. When your back's against the wall, you can win. When it's 1 against 1,000, you can win. You can win, you can win. You might have You are stronger than your fears and setbacks, never forget that. Nothing on this earth can overpower you. You got the strength to power through, living truth. Dig in the roots, better Bruce. Dig deep in your soul, you got a lot to use. A lot to lose now, you can never lose if you never quit. Overwhelmed and submerged, but you never submit. You got stand power, stronger than cement. Trust me, all the hard times I ever seen. You got a high purpose, high calling. Even when you alone, you're still important. It might seem impossible, but just keep moving forward. It's not the destination, the journey is rewarded. Don't be a worrier, be a warrior. You'll be the winner at the end of the story, victorious. Doesn't matter where you start, you can win. Doesn't matter where you're from, you can win. Doesn't matter if it's hard, you can win. You can win, you can win. You might have lost before, but you can win. When your back's against the wall, you can win. When it's 1 against 1,000, you can win. You can win, you can win. You are stronger than your fears and setbacks, never forget that. Nothing on this earth can overpower you. You got the strength to power through, living truth. Dig in the roots, better Bruce. Dig deep in your soul, you got a lot to use. A lot to lose now, you can never lose if you never quit. Overwhelmed and submerged, but you never submit. You got stand power, stronger than cement. Trust me, all the hard times I ever seen. You got a high purpose, high calling. Even when you alone, you're still important. It might seem impossible.
Hey, good evening, everyone. Welcome to a special edition of the Walking This Way's Impact Boys podcast. I am actually broadcasting on a Sunday for the very first time in a long time. I did it one time, my second time doing it, but it's always a pleasure. It's always a brilliant opportunity to be able to sit with someone who is doing a lot of great work here in the DFW, especially when it comes to giving back, showcasing artists, you name it, who are doing business here in the DFW. Very consistent, man. Always about this business, always on the grind to always make things better. Also, we have one thing, major thing that comes, that's pro wrestling. So we're gonna talk about that tonight, a little bit on the show as well. Also, and no further ado, he is the dominant DBoss himself, Mr. DL Elliott from Internet Radio Station. How you doing? Next Level Internet Radio Station. And I had a previous meeting him. I think going on. So I think probably like the second year, I think I met you because I did an interview with Sabrina Ford at your station. When I first met you and stuff. And I had to reach out to you because I know you're doing a lot of work. You're a podcaster yourself. You're always constantly putting in work, and I had to get you on the platform, and I'm glad you accepted the invitation. No, it worked out perfectly. So how you been? What's been going on with you? And
man, it's my honor. Thank you. And shout out to Sabrina Ford for making that connection 2-3 years ago, man. She's doing amazing things. I've been watching what you've been doing. We were talking before we went live, and all the, you gave me such a beautiful introduction, and so I feel the same about you, man. You're doing some amazing things in such a short period of time, and so I salute you as well, man. And thank you for this opportunity to be on your podcast and be in front of your viewers and listeners. So thank you.
Hey, I appreciate you, DL. And I know you're originally not from here. You're originally from Kansas City, Missouri. Am I correct on that?
That is correct. KCMO. A lot of people get it confused with Kansas City, Kansas. But no, I am on the Missouri side, the Show Me State side, the Kansas City Chiefs side. They're trying to move the Chiefs to the Kansas side. We're keeping our fingers crossed so they don't leave Arrowhead. But yeah, but I'm on the Missouri side, Kansas City, Missouri.
And that's what's up. And and like you said, you transition here in DFW. Oh, of all the places, I know you, and I get to that a lot. Like I'm originally from Alabama, and I've been here going on 5 years. And you get that question on why Dallas? Why of all places? What was the meaning of coming here to DFW? Because I know you had a vision, not just I'm just gonna move here to live here, but it's something that I see here that I could benefit from.
Well, actually, what got me here to Dallas was I worked for the railroad. Shout out Kansas City Southern. I believe they're now got bought out by the Canadian National Railroad. But anyway, Kansas City Southern Railroad brought me down here via Shreveport, Louisiana. And so I worked at railroad as a conductor for a few years, and then went on to be a engineer. Driving the trains. My route was, I had 2 routes. I worked a lot in the yard, and then I also ran trains from Wiley, Texas to Fort Worth. And then I also ran east from Wiley, Texas to Shreveport, Louisiana. But I moved down here, relocated down here for the railroad. My choices were Shreveport, Beaumont, Lafayette, Louisiana. It was so many. Houston, I believe, and a couple other spots. And I was just like, my train master at the time in Kansas City, he was from Dallas, and he was like, you ever thought about relocating to Dallas? And I was like, I'd always heard of Dallas, and was like, Texas is cool, I guess. And I was like, man, let me try Dallas. So I moved my family, my wife and kids. We moved down to Dallas. I stayed down here, moved to Wiley. And it was just immediately, I was like, you know what? I've even in Kansas City, the mentality was, I was outgrowing Kansas City. No disrespect to the hometown, of course, but I grew up in Catholic school. I went to Catholic schools. My mom always wanted me to do something different. And I always had that mentality that there was always something bigger, something more for me. So when that opportunity came and it was the choices, I was like, those other cities that they wanted me to go, other locations they were saying I could go and relocate to, I was like, I felt that would just be either a lateral move or lower. And I was like, let me try my hand at Dallas. And man, I haven't looked back. I've been here maybe 12 plus. I've lost track, Mr. Wow. Jackson. I've been here that long. I'll put it to you like this. I put my son from middle school all the way through college here. So how many years that takes? That's how long I've been down here. Yeah. And I love it. I love it.
And I do too.
You know what? The crazy thing, not to cut you off, crazy thing out of all, I've been to Austin, Waco, I still have not visited Houston. And that's crazy to me.
I haven't either. I haven't visited. Yeah, me too. I have not seen Houston yet, and I have not seen San Antonio yet. I have not seen Austin yet. I have not seen all the other places, but there's always time to make time to make it things happen and get it
Yes.
down there. But I know it's not about you. And I know you always putting other people, as they say in wrestling, putting other people over. And I know
Yes.
that you
Yes.
always put other people over. You're always showcasing other talent here in the DFW. How did you get started with that? What made you just give other individuals a platform to talk about who they are, what they're doing, and what their mission and what they want to accomplish in life?
Well, I think it basically is just how I was raised. Furman, honestly, I was a single kid, no siblings. And so I always knew how to get along with people and try, and I want everybody to win. You know, you can hear a lot of slogans out here. There's room for everybody. Everybody can eat. Da 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 da. But nobody really stands on those mantras. They say them. You hear them all the time. There's plenty for everybody. There's opportunities for everybody, but nobody is actually living those words. And I said it earlier. Being from Missouri, that's the show me state. It's about action with us. You know, we talk, but the talk we try to walk the walk as well as the talk, and that's always been important to me. Is if I'm going to say something, I better be doing it and doing it, at least trying to do what I'm saying. So I just feel like there's so much talent, whether it's artists, whether it's music, whether it's businesses. There's so much talent here that to bring out, and I don't mind sharing the spotlight. I'd rather be behind the scenes, pushing the next generation, or whatever you want to call it, the next wave of podcasters, or whoever, whatever you label them, yourself, others included. I know you're from Alabama. I love another kid from Alabama, Bama White. He's another kid that I really, I see him. He was one of the first ones started with me on this station, and he's doing amazing things too. That's another gentleman you ought to try to interview one time. He's off the chain with it, for real. I don't know, maybe you already had him or y'all talked about it, but yeah, he is awesome.
Man, you know what? And that's what's all about, DL, making things happen. You said something very profound there. We have individuals that talk about it. We have a few individuals who are being about it. And before we got on the air, before we got onto the show, it made me think about how we are selling ourselves. It's not the product, we are selling ourselves. And people only gonna perceive you how you sell yourself. So when it comes to business, marketing, advertising, you're putting all into what you believe in, but they're not looking at the product, they're looking at you who's behind the product. Because you're selling yourself. If you come out being cheap, if you come out being complacent, you come out being lazy, you're not gonna get people to look at you. But they see how consistent that you are, they see how serious that you are, and they see how you hitting the ground running nonstop. And that's when people get behind you. Look at the greats like Michael Jordan and all them. Jordan ain't gonna look for Nike. Jordan ain't gonna look for Gatorade and Hanes. They can't look for him. Why? Because of his work. He was always consistent. And we know Michael Jordan is the greatest basketball player. I don't care about everybody talking about LeBron. Jordan was on a whole nother level. And I grew around the Jordan era. I was a little boy when he was playing. But going back to the concept, selling yourself, what'd you say about that? Dear, you are in the media business, and how is it important for people to sell themselves and not the product?
Well, that's key. And the key to that is, I just did an interview with a young man, Clear Lanes, and he said something. The key to that, to selling yourself, is being true to yourself. If you're true to yourself and you stand on, I put it like this. I do media. I do showcases, help artists get on stages, blah, 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 blah. The same guy that's on Walking His Ways podcast that you're interviewing, is the same guy that's going to get up tomorrow morning and go work his job at Child Watch for the YMCA. I'm the same person. I don't put on a mask, and I don't really change up for anything. I'm just even keel. So I'd say the key to what you were asking is just be yourself, be authentic, be true, stand firm on what you believe in, believe in what you believe in. That may be the undertone. Believe in what you are, because a lot of people, music, just life, period, where we say one thing, we don't really feel what we're saying, we don't believe what we're saying. It just sounds good at the moment. And if you run through life and feel like that and operate like that, you're not going to have success. So the key to success is being your true, authentic self.
And I agree with that 1,000. Before we get over there, for a big shout out to Millie in the comment section. She said, hey. And then she also said, believe as well. Big shout out to Millie. We did a photo shoot with her on yesterday. Big shout out to her.
Yes.
Perfection. I'm all about perfection. DL, because I heard this saying, you only get only one time to make an impression. You don't get a second chance to make a first impression.
Yeah.
And how you come off, that's how people gonna treat you. It's like if you go for a job interview, you wear your best. You're selling yourself.
Yeah.
You may know the job front and back, but it's how you present yourself.
Yeah.
You come in all raggedy. You come in, and you may be the dopest person, great person, but it's just how people gonna perceive you, how you carry yourself.
And people, it'll lead to people throwing out false narratives and false judgments of you before they've ever even laid eyes on you. I hate today that I'm old school, 54. So I remember the days when you had to crack the newspaper open on a Sunday, hit the classifieds and circle and be like, and then go physically interview. Now everything is computer. Do the application online. Then we'll call you for an interview. By the time you met the person and it's face to face, then you realize, man, maybe I should not have hired him. Or you get a whole different person. I see that all the time with jobs now. People get the job, they don't really like the job, and so then they quit. And now we've trained you, companies have spent all this money on you, blah, 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 only for you to quit. But if you'd had that sit down 15, 20, 30-minute interview in person, okay, you see they didn't come in on time for the interview. People don't even come on time for the interviews anymore. Like you said, come half dressed and happy. You could tell a lot by an individual by just sitting and looking at them and having a conversation. Furman, we don't have conversations anymore. We don't have Sunday dinners anymore. Everything is this thumb, this fake. And I'm again, old school. I didn't do a lot of talking on the phone. Hey, how you doing? Blah, 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 blah. Let's meet. Let's sit down and really see each other's facial expressions. Man, you could tie it into business. You could tie it into personal life, dating. Everything's on an app. Dating apps. And then you'll meet the person. They could be a psycho, or you trying to get out the restaurant because they smack when they eat or something. It's just crazy. Right. Everything is microwave now. Nothing is, let's take our time. Let's spend that 20, 30 minutes and really get to engage personally with people.
I agree with you, DL, because that's so important. I like what you said. Meet up. You can meet up in a public setting.
Yeah.
Coffee place. If you like to drink wine, whatever. Yeah. Let's get a feel of each other. Let's get to know each other, because that's how you build the first part of a relationship is relate. So we have to learn how to relate before we get onto the ship. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Because we can't we get on the ship, but we're not relating with each other.
Yeah. That's it.
So we make an official relationship. Let's learn how to relate. And now that DL, and you in being in business yourself, it gives that individual, not just in business but personal, a choice, and that's what we do. We so easily let people sit next to us when they have not been worthy enough.
Yeah.
Because you have soothsayers out there. You have people who say things just get near you, but they really don't believe the things you're saying.
Woo, boy, you said a mouthful right there. And the first few years of what I did here at Next Level Internet Radio, that's all I ran into. There were some gems and some genuine individuals, and you could tell because now they're doing their own things and have advanced. But there are some I still go through it today. Yeah, I want to work with you, DBoss. I want to sit and talk with you, DBoss, and nothing ever comes of it. And then I can look and watch their social media, and they're still in the same situation as when they asked to reach out. And quiet as it's kept, I could count on one hand how much I've truly had being a person from the outside, coming from Kansas City, coming to Dallas, and doing quote unquote the things that I've done for this city, music, whatever. And it's had a lot of hate to it. I'm sure you may be experiencing it sometimes, but a lot of doors that people are like, how's he getting in these doors and getting these venues and getting these artists? How is he doing it? And he's not even from here.
Oh, yeah.
That's crazy. But it's not crazy. It's called socializing, making those connections, not worrying, not keyboard action, but physically getting out and getting in those rooms. You got to get it. You got to put yourself first impression, give that first impression that will allow you to get in those rooms. And when you trim the fat, scale back, a lot of more new rooms, new opportunities open up. And that's what I'm being blessed with right now, Furman. It's some stuff that I'm about to engage in that's going to be eye dropping, So yeah, you have to be willing to sell yourself, be willing to put yourself out there, take risk, but be aware of who you're letting in your space. A lot of people call it energy and aura and things. Give all it, but yeah, there is a truth to that. A very, very, very important that who's around you, what they're about, what they stand on. It's aligned to what you stand on, because this is tricky. Life is tricky, man. Life is tricky and scary right now.
It really is. And also, if I go in the third, I want to give a big shout out to everyone that's watching us on Instagram right now. I'm getting those that's in the comment section. I want to say appreciate y'all tuning in. I want to say mad respect to y'all as well. I don't want to forget y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in on the Instagram side of things. It's all about staying consistent. People say, man, you be so consistent. I mean, you got to be consistent in order to make things happen, in order for the beats achieved. And I also want to give a big shout out to Lo, my big sister, of course. We got a great lunches podcast called Just Saying Podcast with her. And right now, we just put in the groundwork. We did a photo shoot on yesterday. We're going to do some commercials. So I'm really doing everything decent in order. But I just want to give a big shout out to her as well. I also want to give a big shout out to Nancy C., my co-host on the Walking This Ways. So it's two platforms we got about a great lunch, a new one with Lo, so big shout out to her. I know she's doing a podcast right now. At the same time, she's doing with someone. But I just love the work, D. I just love the work, the groundwork, and just staying consistent. But before you said something, you said something about the keyboard, pre-internet, we had the streets. We had the word of mouth. We had flyers. You remember you go out there, print flyers, hand out flyers to everybody. I don't even see people doing that no more. Everybody... Well, I just posted on social media and that's it. But I remember before social media and I was doing events on the outside, we were seeing these streets. We would print flyers out. We were going to the barbershop, the gas station. We were at the store. Hey, can we set flyers here? Oh, yeah, you can set flyers here. I don't see that no more.
Yeah, yeah, and honestly, that's the sad part, is because that's considered outdated. That's considered old school. That's considered OG. That's considered whatever old label you want to put on it, but it's still effective. Libraries are still open. Newspapers are still printing newspapers.
Mm-hmm.
Any way you can get yourself out there, you need to utilize it. Everybody doesn't rely on their phone. Everybody, there's people that still sit and crack a magazine open or crack a book open. Yeah, there's advances on how to do all that, but there's still that you still got to get out there. It's like this, and I salute you on your own. And I know this is about me, or it's supposed to be about me, but I'm gonna salute you. Your weight loss. It's simple like this. Let's do the analogy like this. There's there's a whole shelves of pills that you can pop. Fat burners, obesity pills, Ozempic, Moderna, whatever. But you still gotta get on that gym, or you still gotta get out there and walk. And people don't want to get, it's the sad thing. They think everything is microwave. I got to have it now. I got to have it now. Life is not like that. And then if you think it is, then you increase it increases the possibilities of you really getting in trouble, or really.
Right.
I did so much, Furman, where last November, I was out here, man, I was running the streets. I was at all these events. I was throwing events. I was doing this. I was interviewing, November, I woke up one morning, November. And if you ever heard the expression, that elephant on your chest. Well, I felt that elephant on my chest. I mean, I was like, ooh, this is not right. And I was like, let me go do something. So I called an Uber to the emergency room. Do you know my blood pressure was a stroke level?
Oh wow!
Never told this story. I never went live, laying up in the hospital and all that nonsense.
Oh yeah, I don't believe in doing all that.
I didn't do all that. So nobody really knew, but a couple select few. But saying all that to say, my blood pressure was at stroke level. I had to sit. God sat me down for 4 days and 5 nights in a hospital. And he was like, now this is your wake up call. You know, I've given everybody COVID. I've given them a chance to reset. Some took it, some didn't. I think he said to me, this is your final chance to reset. You're going to have to slow down. Going back to what we said earlier, you're going to have to watch who's around you. You're going to have to be more discerned, have more, you know, have that third sense going, spidey tingling, whatever you want to call it. But you have to start. It's not about being selfish, but it's about being self-aware that, hey, you got to come first now. And the people that are really in your corner, that really support you, they've already revealed themselves to you. Now it's time for you to elevate them. It's time for you to really secure those bonds that you have with those that have already been there. You just were trying to add to something that didn't even need to be added to. So God will slow you down if you don't want to.
Yeah, it's all I look at it, they call it that with that self inventory. Just taking a step back and just examine where I'm at, where I'm going, where I want to be at, what things I need to get right, things I need to amend, things I need to let go. I love when Kevin Gates said this, and I apply to my own life. He said, today I release everything that's holding me back from serving the higher calling, to paraphrasing. But I say that all the time because we can have things in the spiritual realm that's holding us back from tapping into our higher selves, tapping into our higher calling, whether it's bitterness, unhappiness, depression, unforgiveness, fear, procrastination, self-doubt, you name it, negative traits. lying, backbiting, these negative traits that's holding us back from feeling the true purpose and this, especially in business, having integrity, having values, having morals, and we're doing these things like you mentioned earlier, taking the mask off. And I know a lot of times people get on these platforms, they get on front of these cameras, they'll dress up for the part, they'll say the right things, but their actions don't match with what their mouth say.
100%. And that's scary. I mean, there's another topic that I was talking to this individual's last guy interview, Clear Lanes again, and he was asking me about the gatekeepers. And I was like, yeah, there's gatekeepers. There's gatekeepers in the music industry, the movie industry, whatever field you're in, there's gatekeepers. But I told him in a sense that, hey, there's good gatekeepers. I'm a gatekeeper, but this is what I gatekeep. I gatekeep artists from being taken advantage of. I gatekeep artists. I've had hundreds of artists call me, hey, DBoss, what do you think about such and such? And I don't try to slam people, but I give them what my encounter with them was. And so I tell them, hey, such and such probably told you I ain't nothing, watch out for me. I take advantage of artists, whoop, whoop, whoop. But at the same time, these are the ones that you need to be watching out for, because I can tell you just as much bad stuff that I went through with these people. So when I say there's good gatekeepers, I believe there's a good gatekeeper, or a gatekeeper that, because back in the day, I put it like this, back in the day, when you wanted to get into any industry, you had to have talent. You had to know what you were doing. It wasn't easy. Take music. You had to, if you wanted to be an R&B singer, you had to know how to sing. Now, I can sing right now, go to a studio, put auto-tune on it, and I sound like anybody out here. When you wanted to be an actor, you had to go to acting school. You had to put in the work. Now, they made it so easy that, yeah, you get a script, but everything's on Tubi, everything's on, you got movies, and it's all the same cookie cutter, same assembly line movie. There's no creativity, is at a loss. Everybody does the same thing in this city, and I'm sure it's in other cities and other markets and things like that. But we've got to get back to the basics of, if something's not good, if something's not right. This is life and music. This is everything. If something's not right, something's not good. We can't just brush it under the rug, accept it. We got to say, hey, man, you could have done this better. You should have done this way. And stop relying on yes men. I don't have any. I take criticism just as bad and just as well as I give it. If something I'm bringing in people now to help me, because things constantly change, things constantly evolve with this social media, with these platforms, with these podcasts. There's always a different way, a better way of doing things, and you got to be caught up with the times. You got to know what the new trends are. But again, back to it, there's nothing wrong with doing it the old school way. A lot of people think what we're doing, anybody can do it. It's not. No,
Yeah,
this is not easy at all, because if you're really dedicated to it, nothing's easy. Nothing's going to come easy.
It's not. And you're right about that, DL, because it's being consistent, putting in the groundwork, marketing, promoting, networking.
Yeah.
That plays a role. And you constantly have to put in the work at all times. And I'm glad you brought that up, because we're in the times now, podcasting, internet radio has become so very popular now. Everybody and their mama is doing it. You know what I'm saying? That's how easy it is. We got news 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. All you got to do is pull out your phone and that's it. You're going live. You know, you got a lot of people, in my opinion, are doing it for the wrong reason. They just want to get paid off this. I'm telling you, when you start out with radio podcasting, you're not going to make no money like this starting out. I'm sorry. I've been doing it since 2009, and I know. Because it takes time for you to get to that level. Not only that, in the midst of that, you got to perfect your craft. You got to study. I remember I had a friend of mine years ago. She challenged me on this. And she said, Firm, if you're really serious about this, get books on podcasts, get books on public speaking, which I got in my library. Get books on podcasting, public speaking, because you are in the public speaking business. In other words, you're going to have to perfect your craft. The money gonna come, ladies and gentlemen. You have to perfect your craft. I have to perfect my craft. I know, dear, you got to perfect your craft because you got a company involved. So the thing about it is, dear, they want to get money so bad, but they're not perfecting their craft.
Yeah,
you can have all the equipment, but if you have not mastered technique of speaking, interacting, it's just in vain. What you want to say about that?
100%. 100%. I'm never with Next Level. Everybody that's those ones, oh, you need to be doing it this way. You need to be doing it that way. You need these cameras. You need that camera. You need it. I probably do. I don't have all the bells and whistles. But the thing of it is when a person comes and sits down with me, I usually get them, hey, man, can we do that again in a month or two? Or, man, my numbers shot up after I sat down and talked with you. It's a simple conversation. It's not about me when I interview. I want them to know about you. This is your hour, 45 minutes, whatever you want to spend it. Whatever you want to talk about, we'll play how many songs you want to play. I look at it like this, and I've had opportunities like this. This is just a testing ground, Furman. Don't be surprised in a year and a half, But let me back. Don't be surprised in two things: who's listening to you and who's watching you. Exactly. Don't be surprised, and don't let it hit you like, ooh, because I'm telling you right now, your voice, your attitude, your platform is being seen by people you don't even realize. And that call could come, hey, this CNN or this is DFW, Texas News, or we saw what you've been doing, and maybe you could be like an on-site news reporter, or maybe you could be a content provider behind the scenes, or help write some of these news stories. Everything leads to something bigger, and why I say that is, I had a kid started with me at Next Level around the same time Bama did. Bama's doing great things in the DFW still. But I had another gentleman, he was of Hispanic descent. And about a year ago, it's been 2 or 3 years now, but he reached back out to me. He's like, DBoss, I want to thank you. And I was like, what are you talking about, man? I had heard from you for a while. He just stopped doing his podcast on Next Level. He's like, I want to thank you, man. And I was like, well, what are you thanking me? First, good to hear from you. I just disappeared. And I was like, well, what are you thanking me for? He's like, man, your platform. He's like, I don't know who watched it in New York, but your platform, my show on your platform got me a gig at Hot 97 FM. I'm actually doing a radio show in New York, and I got my start with you. You're the one that talked me into wanting to do a podcast, even and do a radio show. And now I'm at Hot 97 FM in New York City. Was able to move my whole family, kids, everything. It's like, wow. He's like, I just want to call back and reach back out to you and say thank you. That's all the gratification I need. That's all the accolades I need, is that somebody else used Next Level as a platform, as a stepping stone, and is doing greater things. I had another lady that did a podcast here with Next Levels in another building, and her show was all about domestic violence. her show, she only wanted to do 30 minutes. She was a survivor. And I told her, and we talked about it, I was like, this is going to be very difficult for you to possibly have to relive some of those instances that you went through. Are you ready to do this? And she was like, yes, I think I can do it. I can do it. And so she started it. And we started with 30 minutes. And then it moved to an hour. Then it moved to 2 hours. And what we were seeing was that the people that were watching her on Facebook, the people that were watching her on all the other, ways to stream her, they would click on and off real fast. And then they would jump back on and click off. It just kept doing that. And we finally put together that they were probably having domestic violence going on right then and there, and they couldn't stay on because she was giving them all the information, signs, ways to get out. She was really exposing what shouldn't be told, how, from what she went through. Needless to say, she started getting speaking engagements. She started doing conferences about domestic violence in Austin and Waco, and even got I forgot the Dallas Cowboy to start funding her foundation. She's done set up a home and a house for domestic violence victims and kids. So that all started with Next Level. So I love the fact that, and I think that's how it's just the way I was raised by two women, my grandmother and mom, is that I don't have to be the spotlight. That this is something that if you're serious about it, I'm going to help you get to, no pun intended, the next level. I have no background in media, no background in public speaking. I just simply, lady was like, you want to start an internet radio station? She was out of DeSoto. Shout out to Michelle. She's like, you want to start an internet radio station? You want to buy one? I was like, yeah, I'll buy one. Well, she gave me all the information and bought the station, been going ever since. And like I said, the goal of Next Level is to be that springboard into something bigger and better.
And that's a blessing, because it made me think about the story when God asked Moses what he had in his hand, and Moses missing a rod, and God used that rod. Mm-hmm. So whatever that rod is that God given us, we have to use it. He's going to do the multiplying. God is in the multiplying business. And so what we do, we want to rationalize, we want to lean to our own understanding. Whatever that ride is, ladies and gentlemen, that y'all listen to it on Facebook, YouTube, or Instagram. Whatever that ride is that God gave you, utilize that ride. He's going to multiply it.
Yes.
He'll use the foolish things to confine the wise. So I'm telling you today, whatever that ride is in your hand, use that ride. He's going to do the multiplying.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's all you have to do. Yeah, that's all they have to do. Whatever that ride is, use it.
Yeah. You use it, identify it first. Because like I said, you may think it's one thing.
There's another.
And it could be something else. Or, Furman, in all honesty and fairness, it could be, you could be be in possession of many rods.
Yeah.
Many hats.
Right.
You never know. Because again, it's life. It's interaction. It's purpose. If you got a purpose, if you got a winning spirit, that rod is already, you've touched it. You just, like you said, afraid or hesitant to truly use it. And until you're able to shed that, God may take it from you, but he's always got a backup plan to that's why I say you may have multiple rods and you don't even know it, but use the main one that but again, you got to use it correctly, because we can sum all this back up to what we were saying earlier. There's a lot of people doing what we're doing, but they're doing it for the wrong reasons.
Yeah, I agree. You're right about that. I agree with you 1,000% on that deal, because individuals now, they're looking for the simplest way to make money.
Yeah.
They don't. That's what it is. I won't say everybody because everybody's different. I'm gonna say this: individuals are
Mm-hmm.
looking for a quick way to make money. You see that on Facebook. They'll do silly stuff
Yeah.
just to get monetized.
Yeah. People always ask me. People always ask me, Furman, why you don't have a TikTok? One, I don't know much about the TikTok thing, to be honest with you. Two, I think it would be kind of creepy for a 54-year-old man to be on TikTok dancing or doing all that crazy nonsense that they do. And then I don't think it will equate to anything for me, but we're in such a era and time to where people have to be seen, but they're being seen for the wrong reasons. Mm-hmm. We make stuff go viral for stupid stuff, jumping off stuff and running into stuff and eating certain stuff. And we know it's crazy, but it's all about a view or a like or a share or this or that. And I haven't made one dime off of this. I've spent more than I made, but like I said, the gratification is the ones that are made it or used the platform correctly and are now doing bigger and better things. That's the payment, because in the end, we're here to serve, but we need to serve correctly. And that's all I want to be remembered as is, hey, DBoss served correctly. He looked out for others. He wanted others to win, as well as himself win. That's the way it's supposed to be.
Yeah, that's it.
And that's what we're missing today.
You're right about that. And because at the end of the day, you have to want it. Like I said, I'm 43. And I still remember the groundwork of getting out there, making things happen. Nobody's not going to give you anything. And it still stands to this day, dear. No one is not going to give you anything. Life will pass you by. Nobody's not going to knock on your front door and say, hey, I'm going to help you get your life together. No, you got to get off your lazy butt and make something happen. Just like you mentioned the whole weight loss thing. You still got to put in the work, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, you can take the shots all you want to. You can take all these pills. You can have all this surgery.
Lap bands, gastric bypass, all you want. It's still got to work out. You still got to be active. You still got to eat right after those surgeries, Furman.
Yeah, okay. You got to. You still got to make sure you stay hydrated. Make sure you drink plenty of water. Yeah, that's what it is. Everybody wants to take the shortcut, but they're not willing to put in the work. I hear a lot of people always saying, man, I want to lose weight. Okay, you still eat hamburgers, you still eating fried chicken, you still eating all this stuff that's not good for you, but you want to lose weight. Or you want to increase your finances. Okay, but you still sit on the couch, you still watching Netflix and chill, but you're not getting out there to apply yourself. See, everybody wants everything handed to them on a silver platter. It don't work that way. It never worked that way. If you do get it that way, then you need to watch yourself. Because
100%, because then it can be taken just as easy as it was given to you.
Right.
And somebody will try to take it from you because they want to know how you was able to do it, and I'm not.
Yeah, and we see the change in sport. Look how everything changed from sports, from NBA, everything else. I don't even watch NBA no more. I miss the competition of basketball. Everybody, they just want to take shots, no defense, no skill set, no fundamentals, no nothing. Them the time I grew up on. It was all about in the paint, the big man in the middle, assists, rebounding. We don't hear that anymore, DL. We don't.
No, you don't. Now, I mean, certain in the NBA, NFL, some positions aren't even valued anymore. It's hard to find I think, Philadelphia was successful against the Chiefs with running game, but at one point they were like, well, do we really need a quality running back? Or, we can run by committee. Back in our day, it was the Earl Campbells, it was the Gary Paytons, it was
Barry Sanders.
It was a featured back. Right. Yeah, you had a featured back, and he was integral in the offense. Now, we'll put it, he slot back. Only one now, Saquon, that really elevated it. There's some good running backs, but Philly is still ground and pound, and it showed, in this last year for them. But now everybody wants a running back again, because now it's the hot thing, and that's what we need to get out of, is having the hot thing. It's team. I challenge, and you've already stepped up, but I challenge my other counterparts in podcasting and internet radio stations. Why are we playing the same stuff that sounds on 97.9 and 104.5 and blah, blah, blah? Why are we need to play stuff that goes against what we're not used to. We shouldn't, I don't get it, because be a different voice than what everybody else is doing. Because the crazy thing, Furman, the stations at like 97.9 and 1, they're listening to what we're playing. They're calling and being like, hey, who was that you just played? How can I get a hold of that? I'll email it to you, man. Big Bink, I'll email it to you, such and such. It's not a big deal. And next thing you know, now you done created a lane for somebody else. I've done that a lot. And that's effective. That's that effective vessel. We're supposed to be vessels for others and help others. If we're not doing that, if we're just doing everything status quo, what are we really, again, back to what we said earlier, what are we really doing? What's making us different from one another? I don't want to be the same cookie cutter assembly line thing that's going on. You'll never hear me playing. I'll play it, not my taste, but very rare do I play a lot of trap stuff on Next Level. I'm playing underground R&B, songs with substance. I even shows that I throw. I don't book artists that are rapping over their vocals. I don't book artists that H the crowd to death, run. All these artists say they want fans, but their lyrics and content and music say otherwise. It doesn't make sense. If I say the N word, the B word, the H word, and every lyric of mine, but I got a room full of adults and grown-ups, everybody doesn't want to hear that all the time. And we got to teach. It's so much stuff, man. Like I said, I know we're only supposed to be on there an hour, but that's how intricate and complex things need to be. We need to go back to basics. We need to go back to saying, hey, you need to do this better. We need to be accountable. And we need to keep everybody else up on their accountability. Not just our own, but others too. But it starts with us being accountable.
I agree. So accountability do start with us first. Be hard on yourself before the world be hard on you. And that's why, because the world will eat you alive and the world would not show no mercy. But we need that. That's why I understand now why after each game and after practice, that's why I understand why coaches have film room. The purpose of having a film room is to go over what they did wrong. Yeah, they did something right, but the main thing is we want to focus on what we did wrong.
Exactly.
So we can fix it. So when we get ready to play again, we won't make that same mistake again. So it's important for us to develop a mental game film room to go over. Okay, I could approach that better. Okay, I could have designed this better. Because we're leading towards the role of perfection. So we're constantly like I said, cutting off the fat. So it's important for us to have that film room to watch what we did wrong, but it's to help us become better so we know, okay, I won't do the same thing again.
Yeah. When you're faced with that, when you're faced with that same scenario. Because I believe in deja vu. I believe in things happening again and be like, man, I know I've seen that. I've seen that question on that test before. They may have reworded it, or they may have took a word out or added a new word, but it's the same question. Why do I keep getting it wrong? It goes back to what you just said. We don't self-analyze. We don't go into that film room, personal film room, and be like, man, I know that. I've seen that. I've heard that. I've done that. I got to get it right this time. Simple as that.
And that's what you have to do in order to make it better. Because I'm not down. I had printed out something. I had this a minute now, and it's something on how to become elite in your life, a comprehension guide. And it says becoming an elite individual, it isn't just about achieving success in life. It's about constantly growing and improving yourself daily. When people hear elite, they think it's all about success in life. We got to realize it ain't all about success in life. It's about constantly growing and improving yourself daily.
Yeah.
Because we on that road. I know you on that road. I'm on that road of constantly growing and improving myself daily. Because we got to perfect our character.
As soon as an individual thinks they know it all, they're in trouble. You never stop learning.
I don't like being around people lying that.
You better stop trying to learn. People don't want to try to learn anymore, Furman. They think they know it all. They that sense of entitlement. I've already done. No, there's a lot, but the old saying, there's a lot of ways to skin a cat.
Yeah, that's why I think a lot of people. That's why we even got now where people are buying views. People are buying subscribers. You get these people on the internet all the time.
Craziest state in the world to me. That's crazy. You know what we used to call that, Furman? And your mom and dad and parents used to, grandma, don't buy nobody's friendship. They don't want to be your friend. Don't worry about it. It's other people you can be friends with. Why are you trying to buy that boy or girl's friendship? Buying friendship. We're so crazy and crazed. Now we're doing it on the internet. We're bots.
Yeah.
I didn't know what a bot was. They like, you can $35, you about 3,500 bots. I'm like, what is a bot? Oh, it shows that you got this many, but they're not real.
It's not. It's fake.
And the people with money are going to be like, hey, man, prove to me that those are real people, and I'll invest in you. But if you can't prove that they're real, you can't get the money. That was the craziest thing when I heard people like, yeah, man, I always ask artists, they hit me up. Yeah, I got all these streams and da. Okay, well, how do those streams are those people going to buy a ticket to see you? Because the streams don't do me any good if I'm booking you for Keith Washington or K-Camp. Are they going to come see you? And of course, no, they're not you're not the main artist, but even if it's not headlining or opening up for a headliner, and you're just doing a local show or whatever you want to call it, underground show, are they going to pay that $5, $10 to come see you? And are you going to give them a show worth them coming to see? Because Furman, I'm telling you, a lot of these artists, you see them one time, I swear, if you go see them again, it's the same exact show, almost to where they're wearing the same exact outfit. I don't need to do that. If you're going to rap over your lyrics, I can just buy your music and learn the song myself and rap it. Why do I need to come see you?
Lazy.
You have to think. It goes back to what we said almost 45, 50 minutes ago. That first impression is very, very important. That can make or break you. If I know what you did in the past, why would I want to? What is different about you now that makes that I should be supporting you? I want to support you. I want to help you, but you're not doing anything to elevate or learn from what you've been doing. COVID was a big reset button, and people are still doing the same things they were doing before COVID hit. That is scary.
And another thing, DL, is they're not investing in themselves. They're not.
There you go.
They'd rather spend their money on Jordans. They rather spend their. I own a pair of J's, but I do work. But going back, what I'm saying is, they rather spend their money on jewelry. They rather spend their money on all these name brand stuff. But when it comes to investing to their business, they make up all kind of excuses.
Furman, I had a gentleman, I had some artists talk to me, and I was, we were talking, I could tell by the style of music that they did. And I was like, hey man, I was like, how much you spend on a month on weed?
Wow.
And the artist said, oh, about $300-400. And I'm sitting there like, I'm just doing wild math all of a sudden. I'm
That's
like,
studio time.
And they songs sound like absolute. You could tell it wasn't mixed right, or you could tell he went to some mom and pop studio or probably at home. And it's like, do you know if you took half of your weed money and a month and just put it in, reinvested it, bought some merch, created some merch, or created, you could get a website in 3 months if you just cut half of your weed spending. You don't even need to put your stuff on Spotify or any of these other places. You can strictly go to my website, download all my own. You can be a true independent artist. That label independent artist is very, very broad right now because everybody really isn't an independent audience. If you put your stuff on these different streaming platforms and only they figured out a way to dissect a penny per stream, what? That's slave mentality. I tell artists you make more money picking up pennies off the ground if you waiting on a stream check or a royalty check from Spotify, SoundCloud. They figured out to split up a penny, Furman. A penny.
Wow.
That's craziness. But they making the millions and the billions off your music.
Yeah.
That's not independence for me.
A lot of them not smart. A lot of them not educated on the business side. Like you mentioned with the individual. This shows me that they're not taking it serious, that you're that lazy. But you want people to believe in you, you want people to invest in you. If you're not willing to invest in yourself, don't expect them to invest in you and believe in what you're doing. Because they look like, okay, you don't believe in yourself. You should be your only number one fan. That's what we were talking about earlier, DL. Mm-hmm. It's not about the work. It's about how you sell yourself and how you perceive yourself. If you're not serious like that, you spend all that money on that habit, you can put that money towards investing into your studio, your equipment, your sound. Because you gotta make sure you have that radio sound. Because when people play your meat, gotta sound like it's on the radio.
Yeah,
mastering, all other stuff. See what it is. Everybody, they want the success, but they're not willing to make the sacrifices. To get to the success. In order for us to be great,
100%.
You gotta sacrifice. In order for us to be great, you're gonna have to sacrifice pleasure for long-term success, and that's what you don't want to do. You're gonna have to let some things go for a while. You're gonna have to let going out for pleasure stuff and vacations and all this other stuff, especially you building towards something. Billionaires do not become billionaires overnight.
No, not at all. I'm gonna tell you another thing too. When it comes to artists or anybody, this is not just music. I know my thing is music and I always trail back to it, but this goes for anything. Limit your accessibility. You don't have to do every showcase or every show or everything that's going on in the DFW. We're going to tie it into wrestling. You only see The Rock. You only see Brock Lesnar. You only see Goldberg when it's a monumental moment, when it's a teaser or a spoiler. You don't see them every Friday, Saturday night, or Monday Night Raw. They come in sparingly. So when they do come in, you got to pay that fee to see them. It's a treat to see them. That's the way it should be, whether you're a model, whether you're an artist, whether you're a bricklayer. It should be a treat. That's how you get what you believe you're worth. But if you're out here every weekend, if you're out here in everybody's face, you're tainting your brand. You're tainting you as a person. You're cheapening yourself. And then you can't come to people and say, oh, I need $300 to be on a feature. I need $300 a show. When I just saw you at the Dive 75, or I just saw you at Ma and Paul's Hookah Lounge, or Joe Blow's daiquiri shop performing and there's no sound system there. But I'm putting you in the Ridgely, or I'm putting you in God knows what other rail club or Haltom Theater, in a real live music venue, places that are supposed to have live music. Make it make sense. You have to present yourself the way in a professional manner. And artists, people in general, don't do that anymore. And that's going to be a detriment from here on out until we get that mindset back. Honestly.
And you know what, D, I'm glad you brought that up, because we can learn a lot from pro wrestling. We can learn a lot when it comes to the business standpoint of pro wrestling. Back in the day, especially during the terrorism, before they had guaranteed money, you had to sell yourself to the audience. The promoter was not going
promoter too.
And that promoter was, because at the end of the day, it's about making money. It's all about, what have you done for me lately? I don't care. Can you put these butts in this seat every week? That's what I'm looking at.
Can you sell merchandise?
At that, if you can't do that, I'm not putting you on. Look how, like the Undertaker. Look how the Undertaker stays so relevant with his character for so many years, and people love the character of the Undertaker, Hulk Hogan, Sting, Ric Flair. They stayed so relevant for so many years, and that takes the Rock. You can go to a wrestling event, and those shirts are still top sellers. Why? Because they valued what they were doing. The company saw what they were doing and said, hey, we got to get behind this certain person. We got to get behind this certain character. We got to get behind this certain storyline. Life is all storylines. Life is all characters. We're right now, we're on this podcast. You're a character, I'm a character. We're interacting in a storyline. /storyline podcast. We're doing this for people to hopefully log in later on or right now, and thank those that are logged in. But hopefully they will share and be like, man, them two dropped some knowledge in that 1 hour and 15 or 20 minutes, however long we choose to go. But this is, and you know, my guilty pleasures. Wrestling and Young and the Restless. I love storylines. One of my goals in life, that's why I call myself the Black Victor Newman. People don't like Victor Newman, but the reason they don't like Victor Newman is because he gets things done. Now, may not like how he gets them done, but they get done. And don't ask him how he got them done. Just be, okay, you wanted me to do this. I did it. Let it go. I say all that to say, life is a storyline. Life is full of characters. Nobody wants to be a character anymore, Furman. Everybody wants to be the same. Everybody wants to look the same, wants to dress the same, wants to talk the same. That's not what God intended. That shouldn't be what you intend for yourself. You shouldn't want to be like anybody else. Individuality, creativity. And we're going to get back to that. It's just, when and how we do it, it could be great. It could be scary. With all these floods, with all these fires, with all God's coming back. And like we said earlier, he'll figure a way to slow you down. He'll slow you down first. And if you don't heed that call or that warning, then he'll slow everything down. And he will.
And we don't want that.
And we don't. And I tell anybody, man, it's all about everything. Go back to self first. Let's go back to what the scripture says. He said, first of all, Jesus said, love God with all our heart, with all our well-being. Then it says, love your neighbor as you love yourself. And that's what we forget about. We love everybody else, but we have not learned to love ourselves. Matter of fact, I'm going to go to that right quick. You speak on something earlier, and I found the scripture, and we was talking about the work ethic. And matter of fact, Solomon talked about that too. In Proverbs 13:4, it says, the soul of the sluggard desires and had nothing, but the soul of the diligent shall be made fat. So here, Solomon was talking about two people. You had the sluggard desired all these things, but had nothing. The one who was always gonna be made fat was the one who always was diligent and always put in the work. Big shout out to Nancy just time in out of Miami, Florida. My dog, big shout out to her.
Yeah.
So I wanted to bring that up when you was talking about that. Just think about how the slugger desire and had nothing. That's a lazy person. They desire these things, but they didn't have nothing. They didn't want to put in the work. The one that's always gonna have everything was the one who was diligent.
Amen.
Yeah.
A lot of people, they desire these things, they had nothing to show for it because they're not willing to put in the work. They're not willing to make the sacrifices.
Sacrifice is a scary thing, Furman. You said that earlier. It's very scary, especially if you're not used to sacrificing, especially if you're not used to sharing, especially if you're not used to wanting to help people, especially if you're not used to just being a good person. There's some evil people, and that's scary. But the evil people sacrifice to get more into their camp. It's dangerous out here, man.
But they'll sacrifice in the evil way.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you know what? And how I think about it is, the scripture say he reigned on the just as well as the unjust. And even Jesus said this: the children of the world will be wiser than the children of light.
Mm-hmm.
And when I look at that, that's serious. Now see how it comes to pay us. Like it's like wow. But the work is awesome. And then when you look and be proud of yourself. And I know you mentioned something about the work thing before Nancy came on. That's what they have references for. Remember, we put in for a job, they would actually call the people to see about your, they ain't all about how you look. It's about your character. Is this person reliable? Is this person consistent? Is this person trustworthy? And you have to give your honest opinion on that individual before they hired you on.
You could probably get Furman, not to be funny, but you could probably get a bot to do that now. They got bots that do everything else.
You're right.
That's crazy.
You're right about that.
It's some strange times, man. This AI, like I said, you got 19. I remember. You remember the movie Terminator? We're in Terminator right now. Robots walking around. Our robot dogs are robotic.
Clones, because there's people that are here are clones.
You remember what was freaky when we were growing up was crazy was when they made the little baby that could cry. You remember that little baby whined and cried? Oh, that's ancient now. They literally doing everything. This is a scary time, man.
It is. It really is.
And it's right in front. It's right in our face. It's been there for 30, 40, 50 years right now. And we were too blind. Skynet was already they were talking about Skynet. That was in '84. It's here now. Makes you think, man. What else they've been lying and hiding and but the core of it, all that to say, people have to start doing right and being right to one another. Or
I agree.
We've given the keys to darkness.
I agree. The thing about it is working on being a great man and working on being the man that God wants you to be the woman that God wants you to be. And we were talking about that earlier, constantly growing and improving ourselves daily. And I'm happy for that. Improve myself daily. I see a lot of time people have a lot of great information on social media, but I'm all about results. I'm all about I don't want to talk on here and I'm not living it. You got a lot of people who talk it, but they're not living it. They sound good, but you look at their lifestyle is not living up what they're doing.
Yeah.
And that's critical to me. And that's when you're not effective. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that just
because like I said, me being from Missouri, the show me state, that's what we've always been about.
Even Jesus said, by their fruit you should know them. It's about your fruit. You're gonna bear bad fruit, good fruit. Your fruit gonna show regardless.
Yes, it
it's
is.
gonna it's gonna show regardless. But I love it. I love the growth and the elevation and what he's doing. And I know we was talking about wrestling and stuff earlier, and we brought some wrestling analogies up there. And movies. Tuesday. I'm gonna see Superman Tuesday. I had some mixed review about Superman. To me
I'm saying a
personally,
lot. Yeah.
Christopher Reeves to me will always be the GOAT Superman. Cause I grew up when Christopher Reeves played Superman.
Yeah.
And
I like Cavill. Henry was his first name.
Yeah, that's him. You know what? I never seen Man of Steel. You know, I never watched that movie.
Really?
I never watched Man of Steel. Don't judge me.
Yeah.
Don't judge.
Oh, you all right? Hey. Henry's good.
I give him number 2, but I'm
gonna say this. I'm gonna say they say this new one. Superman get beat up a lot.
I
don't know how I'm gonna feel about that, man.
Yeah, because Christopher Reeves. Well, Christopher Reeves got no, not really. Only when he got hit.
They tried that with the one Richard Pryor was in, the Superman.
Yeah,
Richard Pryor was
Superman 3, right? Was Superman 3?
Yeah.
Superman 3. So I encourage everybody, go if you got Cinemax Plus, they got all Superman movies on there. I was watching the other day. So go in and watch Christopher Reeve. He's the greatest Superman of all time. He's still the GOAT Superman. Like Michael Keaton is the GOAT Batman to me. Man, just imagine if they would have Batman versus Batman versus Superman with Christopher Reeve and Mike Keaton. They were been dope.
Yeah, that'd been crazy. Yeah.
That would have been
Keaton was good. Keaton was the first one, right?
Right. You watched the history of that, and I know Tim Burton directed the first 2 Batmans, how successful they was, but people criticized Batman because they said it was so dark. That's why they changed. That's why Tim Burton and Mike Keaton won't play Batman no more, because they wanted to change though. They were talking about because it would be family oriented and Batman was too dark. But if you look at the original Batman comics, they was always dark.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Just like Superman, they made Superman more colorful. They were trying to say it was too dark. When Henry was playing, it was too dark. But what you say?
I'm more. I will say this that DC always had a darker undertone. I'm not excited about this new Fantastic Four, Furman.
Really?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't like the and I don't know. I was in the comics, but it wasn't like that. So I know they're trying to they got a female doing Silver Surfer.
And
then they got I don't know. It just I don't Marvel messed up with this multiverse thing.
Like Spider-Man.
But I will say this. I did like, I don't know if you guys got to see it. Ironheart was a really good for Marvel.
Oh, really?
Have you seen that one? Ironheart is really good. Yeah, that's good. It's about 6 episodes. That was really good. That was really good. Check that out if you can.
Okay, I will. I think they talking about doing the Justice League again with this Superman.
I heard that. Yeah. They did a good job of Wonder Woman, but I don't. Now they want to switch the young lady that played her, and I don't agree with that.
She was awesome.
Yeah, Godot.
Play it no more?
I don't think they want her to play it for some reason. I don't know if it's something she doesn't want to do. I'm not sure.
Because a lot of times, I think if you look at stuff behind the scenes, a lot of stuff had to do with creative control too. Because if they look how successful it was for us, you had these new people, they want to come change everything. And when they read the script and they hear it, then they don't want to do it no more because it's gonna flop.
Yeah.
So
it's a huge risk. Yeah.
So
if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Right. So whoever playing Wonder Woman now, you're gonna look back. Okay, we know who Wonder Woman was, and we don't want to see that no more because we know who it was. But I don't want that's crazy.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
That's like the new Batman, the one that played on Twilight. Everybody say he's not a good Batman. I never seen the Batman. I didn't watch.
Yeah, I didn't watch the newer one he's in either. Yeah. They I don't know if they do it to try to get a different demographic or a different age, or I don't know why they switch up like that. That doesn't make any sense to me, but Even the big wigs make mistakes, you know. So,
but I know I did mention. I remember I like when they're gonna see the Flash because Mike Keaton playing Batman again, and a lot of people say that movie flopped because if it would have been successful, they said Mike Keaton would have did Batman again. But that's the only thing I like about the Flash because of Batman. But they said it didn't do so well.
Yeah, I like the Flash. I didn't have any issue with the Flash.
But a lot of people
and
say
a lot of it is the story that they choose to do. That, like, I don't know what the backdrop with the backstory with the Superman. I don't know this newer one.
It based off the comic book series, from what I heard. It's based off the comic book series.
Okay.
But
I agree with you. I agree with you. Christopher Reeves was the best one.
Yeah.
And I didn't know he was going to do a part 5. I'll be reading this stuff online.
Oh, wow.
He was going to do it was going to be called Superman Reborn. That would have been the 5th one.
Oh, okay.
But it never happened.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah, because him and Lois were supposed to have a child together and everything else in this one. It's Superman Reborn.
Oh, okay.
If you go online, you can read it up. They'll let you know about it, but it never happened. Just like
okay. They say the new Jurassic Park is good, though.
I have seen people didn't talk about it. A lot of people say they kind of like, I ain't hear you talk about it. But he said it's good.
I heard it was good.
I like movies. I'm like I said, good.
Yeah.
It had something to really catch my eye to go see. Like I said, I am gonna see Superman Tuesday morning. At 10 o'clock.
Okay.
I'm gonna go see that.
I haven't seen Sinners.
See what's all about.
I heard all about Sinners. I can't tell you the last time. I usually ask my guests the last movie they went to the theater to see, and if I had to answer that question, it would be, I forgot which one it was. It was good though.
I went to go see Sinners. I went to go see it for my birthday. Matter of fact, it's available on Cinemax Plus.
Yeah,
I seen it.
Yeah, I saw that.
With Sinners, it's that type of movie you have to watch over and over again to get the concept, the background, the history on it and stuff. You gotta come and keep watching and stuff like that. But it is available on Cinemax Plus for everybody who wants to watch it. If you do have Cinemax Plus, go and watch it and stuff like that. But I enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking forward to I know Denzel's coming back with the Equalizer. He's doing 2 Equalizers. He's doing that again. So I'm looking forward to that.
Speaking of Denzel, a movie he was in, I just watched it earlier today. A movie he was in that was really good, and it didn't get. You remember him in The Bone Collector? Him and Angelina Jolie.
That
movie was so good. I watched it today. I was like, I forgot how good. Denzel should have won an award. Denzel had a lot of movies he should have won. Besides just winning for Training Day, he was good in that, but he killed it in John Q. He killed it in Bone Collector. He killed it in the other ones on Tim. But he should have won way before Training Day. I'm sorry.
Because he played the bad guy for the very first time. I mean, he played the bad guy, not like that because he's always the good guy. But I understand what you're saying. A lot of people criticize him for criticize the Oscars for doing that.
Yeah, he really should have won. The other one I was thinking of was you remember Philadelphia, him and Tom Hanks when he was a lawyer.
Yeah, and Tom Hanks was the aide, right?
Yeah, that's a good movie.
It's Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks did no movies in so long.
I forgot the last state he was on was the Saturday Night Live stuff.
Yeah, I remember I remember Forrest Gump. I remember for years, when they told me they were going to do another Forrest Gump.
Yeah.
Based by him and his son and stuff like that. Now, Forrest Gump is a classic. That's a classic movie. I love old school movies. But you can learn a lot from it. It's like you mentioned earlier. It's all about the storyline and what can we learn from these storylines.
Oh, and then the other good just saw Denzel too. Remember him and Chris Pine in Unstoppable when that train got loose?
That's a good movie.
That was a good movie. Yeah. Even though that would never happen in a real railroad setting. Just for people out there. There's no way that the shifter would have done that, and
But you can learn a lot from movies though. Like you said, it's the storyline. Don't just go watch the movie. Learn the storyline and it's how you can apply it to your life. And that's what it's all about. So you can learn a lot from movies to storylines and what it's all about, what it represents. That's perfect watching a movie for. I like John Wick because Keanu Reeves come back to play John Wick again too. Also,
I've never
didn't die.
seen a John Wick. I've never watched one of the John Wicks. I'm sorry.
It's action. It's really action movie.
Yeah,
but you know what? John Wick really was a low budget film. Nobody, it caught on just out of nowhere. John Wick was a low budget movie. It wasn't like really pushed like that. Because I heard co-workers talk about John Wick, about the first one. That's when I got hooked on too. When I watched it, I got hooked, and it became so mainstream because it was just out of nowhere.
Yeah,
it was out of nowhere, and that's how people caught fire to it. But when you go to these movies, man, watch for the storyline, learn. But I hear mixed reviews about Superman. I'll be the judge of that after Tuesday, and see what it's all about.
What is your co-host? What type of movies does she like?
I like rom-coms.
So okay, what's your favorite one?
Let's see. I forget. There's so many movies out here.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of my rom-com collection, the one I like. I can't think of any right off the top either. It was some good ones though.
Yeah,
good ones.
Man, awesome
is it
stuff.
30? What was it? 21 Dates, something like that. I forgot what it was called.
Yeah.
That she lost her memory, and then he had to remind her every day how they met. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That was yeah. I do remember that one. It might have been only a comedy, but I thought 40-Year-Old Virgin was a good one.
I never watched that.
Oh, that was a good one too.
That was a really good one too. That broke a lot of people's careers, that movie.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. That's one of Kevin Hart's first movies.
Oh, okay. I'm not you know what? I'm not a Kevin Hart fan.
He's hit or miss with me.
Funny. He's not funny to me. And don't judge me. I mean, he's not funny to me.
Furman, now let me say this. To tie all this back into the interview, his work ethic is unmeasurable, though.
Yeah, I respect his work
ethic. We gotta give him that. We got to give him. Yeah, we gotta give him
work ethic. He just like I just never watch it. I never. I mean, I like the stuff that he do. Just like I was never really like into his movies and stuff. But like I said, don't judge me. Don't shoot me down and stuff like that. Just
you all right. I'm with you on. I'm with you on. I don't. He's hit or miss with me.
I like Adam Sandler movies.
Oh, Adam Sandler movie be the bomb.
Oh yeah.
I mean, Adam Sandler, Billy Madison.
Yeah.
Oh man. Oh, that Happy Gilmore 2 coming out on Netflix.
Yeah, that's coming out. Yeah.
Oh, Click, Grown. Was it Grown Ups?
Grown Ups.
Grown Ups. Yeah.
He's had a lot of good movies.
Oh, Adam Sandler movies do not suck at all. Yeah. Click was a good one. Man, Adam Sandler movie be on point. What else he had? What's the other one he did with the little boy? What's the name of that movie? Hear me out. Those who may know it, with the little boy. He was. I forgot the name of that movie.
I can't think of one you're talking about either.
It ain't Big Daddy. Is it Big Daddy? It ain't Big Daddy. Is it something? It came out in the late 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah. That he took care of the little kid.
Yeah, I can't think of the name of it.
I forgot.
But Adam Sandler had great movies. Jim Carrey at one time. Jim Carrey was the man.
Yeah. Robin Williams.
Hey, did you know Robin Williams was supposed to play the Riddler?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, but okay. Before if Tim Burton was gonna do Batman, with the Batman Forever, the third one, Robin Williams was gonna play the Riddler. Billy D. Williams was gonna play Harvey Dent, Two-Face. Remember Batman first? He was Harvey Dent. He was supposed to be in that one. And not only that, Marlon Wayans was supposed to play Robin.
Oh wow!
Yeah, Tim Burton. Wow. If that would have happened, Mike, he was gonna be in the third one before they took it and messed it up. But Robin Williams was gonna play the Riddler, and Billy D. Williams was gonna play Two-Face. Marlon Wayans was gonna be Robin, and of course Mike Keaton would turn as Batman. And Yeah, so yeah, if you ever look this stuff online, that's how it originally was. That Rob, because the way Robin Williams was gonna do the Riddler, it was gonna be more gothic, more
Mm-hmm.
gross than ever compared how the Joker character was.
Okay.
But that would have
Okay.
been dope. That would have been dope for
Yeah.
real. I like Jack Nicholson
Yeah.
at the Joker. I done had a lot of different Jokers, but I like Jack Nicholson at the Joker.
Yeah. He's
And
still the classic.
oh, and on that, they were finna bring the Joker back because he really never died. He
Mm-mm.
didn't, because they were finna bring the Joker back because I think that what they were gonna do with Batman was that the Scarecrow, because Nicolas Cage was supposed to play the Scarecrow, and he gonna
Yeah.
have Batman hallucinating over the Joker. Remember, he killed the Joker. He gonna have the
Yeah.
Joker in his mind and we're gonna drive Batman crazy.
Okay. Who do you think? What you? Well, you're gonna have to give your report on this new Lex Luthor too.
Gene Hackman is the greatest Lex Luthor to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
why I grew. But we'll see how this new guy go. But Gene Hackman is the
Didn't
greatest.
didn't Kevin Spacey play Lex Luthor?
He did one of the Supermans. He did.
He didn't do a bad job either, if I remember right. I forgot which one he was in, but he didn't do bad. But I'd have to go with Hackman, Gene Hackman too.
Yeah, because that's
Yeah.
what. So that's what I'm used to. Just like I'm a fan of old movies too, like The Godfather. Before my time, The Godfather with Marlon Brando. You know what, man? That movie dropped some gems. Marlon Brando and The Godfather. If you really look at that movie, he was dropping some gems in that movie.
Oh yeah.
The Godfather, man, movies like that. I watching Goodfellas. Man, Goodfellas is an iconic movie. You can watch that movie every day. Now, a movie you watch every day, Goodfellas with Ray Liotta, Joe Pesci, Robert Niro. You watch that movie every day. I could watch that movie every. I mean, they had it on Netflix. I was watching that movie every day.
Yeah, and still learn something new in it. Yeah,
and still learn something new in it.
Yeah,
and they had a book, but then it was based on a true story.
Yeah,
Goodfellas was, but they didn't put everything in the book because really, Henry's wife actually had an affair with Polly. They didn't put that in the movie. While he was in jail, yeah, she was having an affair with Polly. Yeah.
Oh wow.
And not only that, Tommy was trying to rape Henry's wife. It's in the book.
Oh wow.
And then you remember when Joe Pesci got killed in Goodfellas?
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, Polly told that family that Tommy killed Billy Bass. That's how he got killed.
Oh wow.
But that was in the book too, but they didn't put that in the movie.
Yeah.
So man, it's some stuff. But I know we're pressing for time. I know we're about to get ready to depart and stuff like that. But both here to go. DL, do you have any words of advice, any sounds of wisdom you want to leave with the listening audience before you're to depart?
Work hard. Work hard. Believe in what you're doing. Like I said, you have to. You'll end up wasting a lot of time, a lot of effort, and a lot of money if you're not doing it for yourself, doing it for the right reasons, and just following what everybody else is doing. That's with anything, not just music, not just being a model, not just writing a book, not just being an actor, actress. If you don't believe in what you're doing, you're going to waste so much money. People always ask me, why are you still doing Next Level radio station? And it's because I really care about this music scene here. I really care about the artists, and it's grown. It's helped me reach other individuals such as yourself, Furman, and your. I'm just meeting your co-host, but I've met so many people in the industry, outside of the industry, wanting to get in the industry. And again, all I tell them is you have to adapt with what's going on, with all the changes and all the modernization, but don't be afraid. We talked about it earlier. Don't be afraid to do the old school. Get out there, pass out the flyers, pass out the intermingle and do the footwork. You said it. A lot of people don't want to do that. A lot of people don't think that's the way to go anymore. But there's so many ways to reach people now, hard and easy, and you got to utilize all of it. If you don't, you're limiting yourself and your reach.
And that's the thing about it is not believing yourself. You have to believe in you have to believe in what you're doing. We talked about this earlier, and before we came onto the show tonight, you selling yourself. Jay-Z said, "I'm a business man." You are a business. You are a brand. I hear a lot of people talking about branding and stuff like that. Branding is you. Branding is what people say when you're not in the room. That's branding.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You're selling
good
yourself.
Or bad. Yeah.
Good
yeah.
or bad. You're selling yourself. You hear that thing about going back to pro wrestling again.
Yeah.
Roman Reigns, the OTC.
Yeah.
Roman Reigns himself. Look how much he's selling. Matter of fact, Netflix wanted Roman Reigns on Raw on Netflix. That's how popular.
That's the only reason they got the deal.
Because how popular he is.
Yep. That was one of the main reasons they were able to ink that deal with Netflix was because of Roman Reigns.
Yeah. And look how big the aura.
Yep.
Selling yourself. Believe in yourself. Perfect your crowd.
Yep.
You can't go
half-stepping. You got to.
You got to invest in yourself. I'm telling the word. I'm saying this in the word of my season on my own self too. You have to invest in yourself. Nobody's not going to invest in you. I'm not going to say it again. Nobody's not going to invest in you. You have to invest in yourself. I believe it, and I said this earlier, dear, and I said this on the show before. Once you get serious, that's when God will get serious with you. Somebody told me that a long time ago. I had a preacher say this a long time ago. He said, once you get serious, that's when God will come sit with you. Till then, if you're not serious, God is not going to come sit with you. I don't care who you think. I don't care what you say. Once you get serious, God will open up doors for you. I'm going to say the promise. I'm going to share my testimony. When I moved here from Mobile to Texas, once I got serious about the move, God opened up doors for me. God opened up doors. It was during the pandemic time. God put so many things in my obstacle. I didn't have to want for anything. When I left my last job, I had so much time built up on the books. My lieutenant let me sit at home for 2 weeks, and I still got paid because she said, "You know what, Jackson? I know you got to move and stuff. I'm gonna let you sit at home for 2 weeks," and I still got paid. So I didn't miss a beat. When I got my last check, I left there with $7,000 deposited into my account on my last day I left. That was God.
And that allowed you a smooth transition.
See what I'm saying? That's it. A lot of people no, I'm telling you, once you get serious about God, God will get serious with you. And God will make a way for you. You just have to learn how to be serious. The Bible said be sober-minded.
Amen.
Be sober means serious. You have to be serious. And once you be serious about your weight loss, it will happen. You want to improve your relationship with God, it will happen. You want to become a better spouse for your significant other, it will happen. Once you learn how to get serious with yourself, you want to be on time, whatever, get serious. It go for me too. You have to get serious.
Yeah. And you said something with all that. You said something you got to include him in everything you do, or it's not gonna work. That's whatever you do. Any part of, he's got to be a part of it. He's got to. You better make him a part of it. It's not you better make him a part of it. I mean, if you don't, it's not going to be on a strong foundation. It's not going to last.
Because he does everything decent order, and I'm not gonna let y'all go. I'm say this. Remember he told Joshua, meditate day and night. Meditate on the book of the law, which is the Bible to us, which is the word. meditate day and night, do not depart, and you shall have good success. Basically, include him, meditate on his word. You got to change the mindset. So the moment we meditate on his word, don't depart from it. He said you should have then good success. You got to, like you said, you have to include him in all that you do. That's why the Bible says in Matthew 6:33, seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. God will, Nehemiah wanted to go back home to rebuild the wall. What happened to Jerusalem? Nehemiah had so much favor that the people he was working for wrote a letter to get everything he needed. He didn't have to go into his savings. He didn't have to go beg and ask for money. God put him in a position, and God put him in a position. God is telling us today, you don't have to worry about the resources. You don't have to worry about how you're going to get it. All you have to do is be obedient. Put yourself in position to allow him to work in you and work through you. I'm telling you, everything will start falling into place for you.
I'm gonna say this too, and kind of with what you're saying in the final words too. Keep and have good counsel around you.
That's important.
People that aren't going to agree with everything you do, everything you say, but they're gonna they don't have a problem challenging you. They don't have a problem correcting you. Keep good and wise counsel. I don't know what scripture that is in the Bible, but I know it. I'm not saying it. I'm butchering it, but it's something to the point. Keep good people around you. Keep good counsel. Good people that give you advice, and heed their counsel. Don't just hear it, but heed it and live it and put it to action.
That's it. The multitude of counseling, that's safety. And the multitude of counseling, that's safety. It's always good to have that accountability group around you. When they tell you sit your butt down, that means they sit your butt down. But you need that in your corner. You need that in your corner. But that's and then because some people don't know how to think on their own. And I heard Master P say that on the interview years ago. If you don't know how to be a thinker, go find somebody who could be a thinker for you. Because some people don't know how to think.
Because then you get taken advantage of if you don't know it or don't have people around you that are going to steer you in the right direction. It happens every day in the DFW. You got artists trying to manage other artists, models trying to be managers to other models, but you're all on the same level. Now, if I'm gonna get somebody to teach me or do something for me or help me, I'm gonna get somebody that's either done it or did it before me or done, you got to have strong and correct counsel around you. Behoove who is in your space and take what they're saying and what they're telling you, take it genuinely, because if you don't, it's going to lead to a lot of unnecessary mistakes that you could avoid. Having good people around you. I want to say this to you, Furman, and I know we're going to get out of here, but I want to say again, I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of what you've built, what you're building, what you will build in the future. Keep doing what you're doing. Just meeting your co-host, but I say those same words to her.
Amen.
You guys are needed. You guys are doing what needs to be done, and keep up the good work. And that's coming from my old self, and I'm going to do the same. But it's strengthened numbers, and it's strengthened positivity, and it's not a lot of that right now on these podcasts. A lot of drinking, a lot of smoking, a lot of people dressed all crazy and looking all crazy, talking anything for likes and shares. And we may only get 200 shares, 200 whatever we get, but they'll be organic, they'll be real, and who knows, out of those 200 who may see this or hear this, and it may change them and help them in the future. And at the end of the day, that's what it's about. Being a difference, being a light. So I commend you guys, salute you guys, keep up the good work with that.
And also keep it a great work too, DL, work that you're doing. Also about to get passing on to Nancy. Oh, before you go, DL, plug in all your social media sites, all the good stuff. Then Pat, then Nancy will do the same, lead us out, and then we'll be back here too tonight for the Walking This Way Impact Boys podcast. So go ahead and plug all your social media, and also how can people get in contact with you if they're local here in the DFW as well?
Just hit me up on email, KC, the number 2, Dallas Beats at gmail.com. I'm actually going to be bringing in a young man by the name of Dante. He's going to kind of serve as an intern for Next Level Internet Radio Station. I'm sitting here working out a plan of what I needed him to do. He's going to get all my social media under control and correct, so I'm more effective on that because I'm old, man. I mean, and you know, I get good on one of them, and then all of a sudden they change and flip it up on me, and I'm like, man, I'm starting from scratch. But right now, everything socially for me is DL Elliott Facebook page. I do have an Instagram, but I'm very rarely on it because, you know, you can only go live for X amount of time and blah, blah, blah. But like I said, I got a young man coming in, going to help me with all of that, get all that straight. But really, it's the email address, kc2dallasbeats@gmail.com, or you can reach out to me, DL Elliott Facebook page, or you stop by. I'm right here in the DFW area, right off Plano and 635. I have a lot of people come in and just, man, I need to talk about something, and I'm open to do that, even if it's not about music or whatever. Like I said, gatekeeper has always had a negative tone, but I am a gatekeeper, but I'm looking to help. I'm looking to protect because I know how much money and sacrifice I've done for this station, and I don't want to see people get taken advantage of. I'm not going to take advantage of them. I don't want others to take advantage of them because they are out here, and we need some kind of policing. We got to have some kind of policing. We got to protect people with real talent, people that really are doing it the right way, want to do it the right way. We got to protect those because people turn bitter real quick.
They do.
And I was in that mode where I wanted to call quits and why nobody supports me, why nobody does this. But then I was like, you know what? It doesn't matter as long as I know what I'm doing is the right thing. And the God is saying, no, don't quit. You know, because like I said, when he sat me down in November, I was like, well, he's telling me to stop the radio station, stop the Afton, stop booking shows. He was telling me to do all that. But that's what I thought he was saying. But what he was saying was, no, I want you to concentrate on the ones that want to really do it. Like you said, investing in themselves, believing in themselves. And that's what we're doing.
And that's it. So if you're serious about what you're doing and you want to be on air, give a DL, great band, great resource. If you're serious, if you're not serious, then do not reach out to him. I'm gonna say that again. If you're not serious, don't call, don't reach out to him at all. Be serious. And it takes sacrifice. You're gonna have to forsake them.
Yeah.
That go for me too. You're gonna have to let some things go. You're gonna have to forsake something. All that going out, taking vacation. Hey, we building. If you're in a relationship with somebody, hey babe, we building right now. All that going out, everything else. Go ahead.
I miss my Crown Royal so bad, but I haven't had a sip of Crown Royal since November. And you know really? that Victor Newman's drink on Young and the Restless. Well, he's a tequila guy. I'm sorry, but I miss me some Crown Royal, but I have not had a sip. And it'll be a year in November. But yeah, I mean, I had to slow that down. You know,
you got to take care of yourself because right now,
when your blood pressure is on that stroke level, that's that upper room calling. Shout out to Life, Eddie Murphy.
Right, it is. Yeah, that is. You got to take care of yourself. Real. Another silent killer too is cholesterol. That's another silent killer.
Yes.
High cholesterol.
You gotta start checking your sugar and pricking your finger and diabetes. And a lot of my peers, God bless them, you know, they got toes and shit. Pardon my language, limbs getting cut off.
Oh my God.
I'd probably go insane if I had to get a toe or something cut off.
Yeah, you got.
They told me, hey, you know, and I know we got to go, but maybe y'all could help me. You wear glasses, so I took an eye exam. I think these eye doctors got me, Furman, but because I took my exam, and I can see, but so I did the little thing and pressed my head up there, and I saw it, and he kept blurring the letters on me on purpose, and I told him, man, you blurring the letters. Of course I can't see, but I saw all the lines. And I got down to this one line, and I still remember it now. It was AGEOT. And I kept saying AGEGT because he kept blurring them. So say all that. Then he's like, okay, you need contacts and glasses. I'm like, what? I'd never heard. I thought it was one or the other. I was like, man, this dude is getting me. So he's like, yeah, and he fitted me or told me what eyeglasses to get, and I got those. But I was like, man, I'm telling you, I'm not putting contacts in my eyes. I don't play with my eyes. I'll show you how to do it. No, man, don't even order them. I'll wear glasses. Now, I'm asking you, is that a thing where they give you both at once? Eyeglasses and contacts?
You know what? I got both. I do glasses.
Do you really?
And I got contacts. Yeah. I don't never put my contacts on because I don't want the lady to go crazy.
Oh, wow. So it is a thing. Then maybe he wasn't trying to get me.
Well, you can do both. I
thought it was one or the other. I've always grown one or the other.
Well, you can do one or the other, but
it is a thing that people do wear both.
Yeah, people do wear both. I mean, I got contacts. I don't wear them.
I apologize to that eye doctor because I was like, man, this dude's trying to get me, man.
Well, I do got contacts. I don't wear them, but my line of work, they encourage me to wear contacts because of my line of work. Because if anything happen, you ain't got to worry about your glasses being broken and stuff like that. But, But I do got both because I know in one of my eyes, I think it's my left eye, my right eye is real weak. So I've been wearing glasses since I was in the third grade. Yeah, about third grade. That's when I got diagnosed in third grade. And take care of them eyes, because if you don't,
yeah, man,
you're gonna wear them lenses gonna be real thick, and that's how bad your eyes get. Because we did, I think it's the retina, it's something in the eye.
Retina,
it's supposed to connect with it, and that it not really reaching the back of the eye like it's supposed to.
And I think too, Furman, the reason I thought he was getting me on the contacts and the eyeglass thing, he never told me like, okay, well, you're 20, 40 in this eye, 20, whatever. So he never gave me no numbers. And he just said, hey, you need contacts and glasses. I was like, this don't make no sense.
Nah,
so
it's one or the other.
Huh?
It's one of the he said, do you want to wear contacts or glasses, or do you want to have both? But you don't have. It's just gonna be the same prescription anyway. That's all it is. It's not gonna be any different.
Okay. Well, yeah. I told him I wasn't coming back for them contacts. I got my glasses, but I wasn't wearing no. I'm not putting stuff. You can't sleep in them, and then you got.
Nah, you can't sleep in them.
Yeah. See, I'd have been done. So I did right. I got my glasses. I like my glasses though. I was gonna wear them for the interview. I'm still a little self-conscious, but I think I'm gonna start next month just being in my glasses and wearing them more. But like if I'm sitting here on the computer and stuff, I'll wear glasses because I do feel that headache and things like that. But yeah. But I was like, man, I was worried how I'd look in glasses. But I didn't look. I think I got me a good frame and good lens and stuff. So
yeah, it's a frame. It's all about the frame and what you want and what you're into. And ask questions too. Ask, hey, what do you like? What do you look forget on me and stuff like that? So I've been wearing glasses since I was in the third grade. So I'm getting used to it. But other than that, take care of yourself.
Yeah.
Take care of your eyes.
Yeah. All that said, you take care, and especially getting older, health is very extremely important now. Yeah. Not just because we're black or urban, whatever we want to call us, but yeah, we just period. We got to take care of ourselves, man, because it's getting real serious out here.
Yeah, so it is, because even the Bible says the beloved, which of all things, even though he wants to prosper in our health, prosper in our spirit, but he also wants to prosper in our health as well. So I invest it. See, that's another thing. If you don't want to, that's our eating too. Look at the kind of food we eat. We eat a lot of fried chicken, fried wings. We not eating nothing healthy at all. You talking about, man, that's too expensive. Eat
Drinking
healthy.
sodas and stuff.
Drinking
I was
soda.
bad at that. Yeah.
And ain't nothing but sugar. That's all it
Yeah.
is. I'll
Yeah.
get 30. You gotta give me a soda. You drinking
Yeah.
sugar.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't like water. Water nasty. Hey, it'll help you out in the long run.
Yeah. Flavored water. I do my water. I've gotten better with water. So
Yeah, cause we gotta keep ourselves flushed and stuff like that. Make sure our bowels.
and
That's another thing. Bowel movement.
alcohol doesn't do nothing but turn into sugar. So yeah.
Yeah, it does. It really
Yeah.
does. And we gotta make sure our bowels are moving regularly. That's why
Yeah.
I thank God for the internet, because God has provided us the information right at our fingertips. All we gotta do is log into it, and instead of looking at all that foolish stuff and everything else. Man, God has given us the opportunity to educate ourselves and be wise. There is no excuses for us not to be
No.
wise when it comes to
No
these things.
excuses. Nothing. You don't want to read a book, you don't have to. You can find it right there on the internet. That's crazy.
Right. It is, but
Yeah.
hey, we got it right at that fingertip. So, but I'm ready to
Mhm.
pass it on to Nancy. Nancy, you know what to do. Social media site, lead us out. Be back here Tuesday
Yeah.
night. But we get ready to depart. We want everybody to have a great Sunday evening. Enjoy your life. Just enjoy life. So go ahead, Nancy, lead us on out.
You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. All Kingdom Chick Nancy C. Romans 10:9 says, if you confess with your mouth and believe with your heart that Jesus Christ is Lord, you shall be saved. So right now, just say, dear Lord Jesus, I admit that I'm a sinner. Please forgive me of all of my sins. I believe you died on the cross and rose on the third day. Today I make you my Lord and my Savior. Fill me with your Holy Spirit and lead me for the rest of my days. In Jesus' mighty name, amen.
Amen.
Amen. And amen again. We appreciate everybody tuning in, hanging out with us. Thank everybody that
Yeah.
was watching us on Instagram. Thank everybody watching us on the Facebook side as well. Man, y'all have a great Sunday. We'll be back here Tuesday night, 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern. Till then, be blessed, everybody. We out. Peace.
All right.
Peace.
Thank y'all. Have a good one.
Have a good one.